Hello everybody and welcome to the final round. That's it, round 9, the final round of the Lotus Challenge for 2024. It's the 2nd of November and we are back at Zwartkops for what is going to be a absolutely titanic battle to see who comes away with the championship.
I think it's been 18 months and the biggest change is my car is actually working for a change. Because normally this thing just breaks down, practice after practice, race after race. I think it's the first time I've done 3 sessions in a row in probably about 3 years, so it's a good day so far.
But before we get to the races, let's have a check-in with the drivers to see how they've done after qualifying.
Dave, Jeremy, just finished qualifying P2. Were you happy with that performance?
Well, no, always want to be P1, but no, it was only 0.02 of a second behind JP, who had a good quality, but no, happy with that. Rouge is right behind me and then Mackie in fourth, so not too bad for the Adlam Racing team, so excited for the race.
Good luck. JP Nokia at Zwartkops, pole position. You must be chuffed with that?
Yeah, we did 1 or 2 good laps and I had a spin, but it's always good chasing the fast cars and it helped a bit. So let's see what happens. Fan ball came off, so motor got a bit hot, but I'm sure we saved it. So let's see first race.
Mackie Adlam, P4 in qualifying there. Tell us how it went.
Lekker man, enjoy the racing. Other guys are too fast for me. But we're heading for Andre Himo. Captain Maverick. He's back.
Hodgson qualified in pole out there. How did it go?
Went to plan. We tried our best, myself and Andy, to get ourselves a little bit of space, which luckily we managed to do. And there were a few oaks out there who gave us some slipstreams as well. So all in all, very very happy with qualifying. And as I say, went to plan. Can't complain. Very happy.
Good luck for the race.
Thank you.
Andy Fulton, great qualifying out there, P2. Are you going to give Nick a run for his money in the first race?
Yeah, morning Fridge. That was super exciting. Nick and I had a little strategy. We had a bit of a chat before qualifying and we seemed to have executed it very well, and I believe in my favor because he really helped me. So it's the best time I've had around the track. Qualified in a 1 minute 13 dead. And I'm very, very happy with Nick's help, and he managed to qualify even better. So, I'm looking forward to the race. I'm super excited. It's Nick on pole, then we have Sean Hepburn, and then myself. So, and then Davide behind there. So, we go out there, keep it on the black stuff, and our motto for this weekend is to start and finish and just have a good, safe event.
Once a race, Lead Racing offers season packages that include rental and full trackside support. Leeds Racing, race car rentals and preparation experts.
Great to hear from those drivers. Time to go racing now, lining up on the grid, waiting for those lights, and we're off on board with Grant Findlay and looking at John DeToy there as we head down into turn 1. Grant trying to go around the outside. Looks like Clive Wilmot slots his way through, gains a couple of positions. Joseph Kotzer on the outside. Clive taking that inner line. On board now with Andre Duplessis back in Class L, having a look how he's getting on. Back with Grant Fridge Findlay though, tucking in behind Clive Wilmot, who's also looking to attack Joseph still. Barry Dunford now going through turn 2 on the back of Jean DeToy, looking to pick up that slipstream as we head down to turn 4 now with Tim Venn all over the back of Gijs van der Walt. Back with Fridge Findlay now though into turn 5 we go, trying to get up the inside of Clive Wilmot in that B7 car. Clive, a wily old fox though, and cutting Fridge off and preventing that overtake, looking towards the front of Class B now. You can see JP Nokia still ahead of David Jeremy, hopping and jumping through turn 8 there as they go through to turn 1 now. David all over the back of JP, coming now round through the sweep. JP making a blocking maneuver there on David Jeremy. David trying to use that slipstream though, it looks like, up to turn 5, taking a wider line through turn 4. We'll have to see how that turns out. JP definitely going very defensive into turn 5 though, back with Andre Duplessis in Class L though, and we have him all over the back of Barry Dunford. Interestingly, pulling out of the slipstream as we go into turn 4 and then making a little jinking maneuver up on the inside, probably trying to throw Barry off his game. And looks to have worked though, because Barry maybe he's missed a gear or something, or just pulled out the slipstream, but Andre immediately pouncing on that opportunity to gain a position at the front of Class L now, with Nick Hodgson all over the back of Philip Vermeulen in Class C, and it looks to be Paul Simon, one of our new B-class drivers, using that slipstream back with Tim Van. Wow, looking for a switchback on Gijs van der Walt. Gijs always wise to that though, and looking to attack himself on the back of Barry and Andre. But Tim absolutely not giving up. We'll cut back to that later. We now see Barry trying to attack Jean, but with Andre going side by side through turn 6. That was never going to happen, and Jean gets himself a little bit of gap. But these two guys absolutely going at it incredibly hard on lap 1. We've still got 9 laps to go, gents. If this is how lap 1 is, can you imagine how the rest of the race is going to go? Barry slotting it into 4th gear through turn 1 and going to use that slipstream even through the corners. We get some slipstream action going up the inside of turn 2. Very brave maneuver. You can see those front wheels working hard at the steering wheel as Barry trying to get that car under control. Andre using the better exit from using that wider exit of turn 2, and sweeps around the outside up with Sean Hepburn now on the back of Wesley Maxwell, looking to go up the inside of turn 4. Will he make it stick? Slotting it into 3rd gear, taking a narrower line. Looks like he might have got that move done, but Wesley is all around the outside trying to make it stick. Back with Tim, and on the back of Pace once more. It's incredible to see how this rookie driver has developed through the season, going up the inside of turn 4, just backs out of it, thinks a little bit better of it, and Pace sweeps around the outside. Sean Hepburn though doesn't think the better of this and goes up the inside of Andy Fulton, takes that provisional 2nd position, and Andy has now slipped back to 3rd. Oh, Sean getting quite squirrely through turn 7 there, no, turn 6 I should say, into turn 7. Oh, looks like we have, that looks to be Mackie Adlam pulling off into the pits. That's a real shame, as I think if all goes well for David Jeremy, that might give him the Class B championship, with Mackie out the running. Grant Fridge Findlay though not caring at all about the championship right now, as he is absolutely side by side with Joseph Kotzer. Those two having a titanic battle this race. Nick Hodgson still on the back of Philip Vermeulen, using that slipstream from the Class C with a much more powerful motor to keep him out of the clutches of Andy Fulton and Wesley Maxwell. Getting a squirrely exit out of 2 and looking to capitalize on that slipstream. We'll have to watch and see how that goes. Watching and seeing how Grant is attacking Joseph though, using a switchback through turn 4. That's a great move as it's drawn him alongside. He will have the inside line into turn 5. However, we do sometimes see the outside line working through turn 5. Is it going to be done? Oh, it looks like Grant has got that move done. Speaking of getting moves done, Nick is still struggling to get past both the Class C and B of Philip and Paul respectively, but it does look like he's pulling away from the rest of the chasing Class L pack. We'll have to see if he can in fact work his way past those two drivers later on though. In the meantime though, we've got Andy Fulton and Sean Hepburn, all kinds of battles going on here. Looks like Paul has slowed down somewhat, and Nick's got past, so it now looks like we're back on board with Tim Venn, going round the outside, or trying to go around the outside of Barry Dunford through turn 3. Barry coming back across, and then Tim switching back inside to try and take a narrower line through turn 4. Does not look to have worked out for Tim. He will have to regroup and try again. Sean Hepburn now trying to get through on Paul Simon, the B-class racer, and our newest B-class racer. Sean going up the inside of turn 2. That's brave. Paul's trying to close down on Sean. Oh, they almost come together. That was very close, gents. That was absolutely close. And Paul sweeping around the outside of Sean, but not a lap later, and Sean has that move done. Oh, getting quite squirrely through turn 1 there, Sean. Don't celebrate too quickly, otherwise you might end up in that gravel trap. But Sean is going to now have his sights set on Philip Vermeulen in that C-Class. Up ahead, we're back with Tim and this absolutely fantastic battle. This is what illustrates Lotus Challenge at its finest. It doesn't matter if you're at the front of the grid or the back of the grid, you will be having a absolutely incredible dice. 3 cars occupying a tiny amount of track space. Tim using that slipstream to his double slipstream, even to his advantage, and Barry also trying to make moves 3 wide almost through turn 4. Geez, gents, leave some racing for the rest of us. This is absolutely fantastic to watch. But as we go back with Nick Hodgson, looks like Fridge Findlay has a problem. Looks like he is out of the race. That is really unfortunate for Fridge. But Nick at the moment is sailing away with this Class L lead at the moment. Back with Sean Hepburn and Andy Fulton now having a wonderful battle themselves, with Philip Vermeulen up ahead. Now both of these guys are going to be using that C-Class power to give them a little bit of a tow, a little bit of a slip, but Sean is all over the back of Andy Fulton now. These two have been swapping positions all race, and it looks like that is absolutely, those two cannot decide where they want to be. Tim and Barry and Gijs once again absolutely going at it, hammer and tongs here. These three also just cannot decide where they want to finish. Fantastic viewing for all of us. On board now with Andre Duplessis and Jean de Toy having a great battle. These two drivers, hugely experienced, both in fact part of our 100 club here at Lotus Challenge, having done 100 events each over the course of a number of years, and both of them showing us exactly how much that experience counts, going side by side through turns 5, 6 and now 7. Great racing from both of these drivers. Andre using that narrower line into turn 8 just to defend against Jean, but Jean will get the switchback, and look at that, absolutely sails past Andre and says thank you very much, I will take that position, sir. Now with Tinus Butters flying past, looks like JP Nokia has a problem and attacking Joseph Kotzer. Tinus having a phenomenal race at the moment. Back now with Andre Duplessis and Jean de Toy going side by side once again, coming out of turn 2. Oh my goodness, we're on board with Sean Hepburn, and he has absolutely carved his way through there. Looks to be a car in trouble. But up ahead, it looks like there's even more trouble. Looks like Joseph Kotzer has had an off. Both Tinus and Nick just managing to avoid it. But we've got Andy Fulton and Sean Hepburn coming up on the incident. How are these two drivers going to make their way through? It looks like Sean gets the move done just before the yellow flags, and Joseph is parked off on the side. So luckily, no harm, no foul there. Back with Jean de Toy and Andre Duplessis though, and these guys just absolutely cannot give it a rest. Both of them not willing to yield any position as they go through those yellow flags, both being very cautious. Oh, and Joseph rejoins. Everybody gets through safely there. Back with Barry and Gijs now. Also, both of these drivers coming out of turn 2 side by side. Oh, and Tim then behind, making an opportunistic move almost on the grass there. Up ahead with Sean Hepburn, he's now joined Clive Wilmot, who seems to be struggling somewhat in his B class. Goes up the inside there into turn 6. Is Andy Fulton going to follow suit? Looks like he will sweep around the outside of Clive, who unfortunately seems to be having some technical difficulties there. Andre Duplessis getting a nice exit out of turn 2. Both avoiding JP Nokia, also seeming to have some mechanical problems. And now it pops into the slipstream of Jean de Toy. You can see just how powerful the slipstream is in these Lotus Challenge cars, as Andre just absolutely flies up side by side through turn 4, backs out a little bit to possibly give himself the switchback. Is this exactly what he gets, and slides on through. These two guys absolutely having the time of their lives. I can guarantee you that for free. Into turn 5 we go. Andre taking that narrow line once more. Jean trying to get the cutback, not happening this lap though, and Andre manages to scamper away a little bit. On board with Tim Venn now. Oh, Gijs getting very sideways through turn 1. That is absolutely not where you want to be sideways. It can so easily end in disaster, but Gijs managing to keep control of that car, and both drivers living to fight another day. Speaking of fighting another day, oh no! Andre trying to go up the inside, gets it slightly wrong. JP Nokia spinning to try and avoid Andre. Andre spinning to try and avoid Jean. Luckily, all drivers getting away unscathed, but that was unfortunate to say the least, and the end of that battle between Jean and Andre. Speaking of battles, it looks like Paul Simon has slowed down quite considerably, and that's allowed Barry, Tim and Gijs past, but that's it. Race over. Nick Hodgson takes the win for race 1. Absolutely ecstatic scenes here. It's very likely a championship in the bag for Nick there. Sean Hepburn, oh, going off. I wonder what's happened there. And there's a lot of muck on his camera. I wonder if there's oil down on the track. You can see Andy going very tight through turn 6. Oh, both drivers getting extremely sideways. Looks like a bit of oil on the track at the end of this race. But that's it. And here are the results. So in Class B we have got David Jeremy coming in first, followed by Rudy Barnard and Andre Human, Tennis Boertes, Clive Wilmot and Joseph Kotzer rounding out the top 6. While in Class L we have Nick Hodgson taking the win, followed by Sean Hepburn, Andy Fulton, Davide Favo in 4th, Wesley Maxwell, a wonderful return for Wesley in 5th, Jean de Toy and Andre Duplessis coming home in 7th. Let's hear from the drivers now.
Dave Jeremy, starting on pole, moved up to pole and won the race. Tell us what it was about.
Yeah, actually it was one of our probably quietest races for me for the whole season. I normally got Mackie and Rudy, and JP, all of us like dicing for the lead, and it was everyone breaking down, I think, and I had quite a simple race with took the checkered flag without any issues. It was quite nice, and brought the championship home for B now, so I'm very happy.
Ah, very nice. Congratulations.
Thank you very much.
Andre Human, podium in the first race. Tell us a bit about it.
No, lucky, first time back in 2 years. Had some challenges yesterday, spent the whole day taking out gearboxes, but so far so good. A little bit of down on power, but happy. I'll take 3rd place. A little bit fortunate, but looking forward to race number 2.
Good luck for race 2.
Thanks.
Sean Hepburn, P2 in the first race. You must be pretty pleased with that. How did it go?
Yeah, not too bad. A bit disappointed. I thought I could catch Nick. Didn't have a good start at all. They got ahead of me, and then got messed around by a Class B car. Guy was not playing ball with us, and at that point Nick had made a gap. And then the last couple of laps, the Class C car was leaking oil everywhere. So Andy and I were just slip sliding everywhere. But yeah, we brought it home in 2nd. So it is what it is, and let's see what we can do in the next year.
Well, good luck for the next race.
Thanks, man.
Andy Fulton, P3 in the last race. Tell us how it went.
How's it, Fridge? Yeah, no, we had a fantastic race. Like I said earlier on, we qualified nicely, so I was 3rd on the grid, and we got off the mark in the first race. I think I got myself up to 2nd, and so it was Nick, myself and Sean, and the battle began. From there, we really had to push hard. We had some slower Class B cars to deal with. We had I had Sean Hepburn to deal with. Nick got away in the distance there, and it was just a load of fun. Unfortunately, the last 2 laps got a bit slippery because we had a Class C car that started leaking a little bit of oil, so that made it a bit challenging. But I was very happy with a P3 over the line. So and apparently I did a good lap time, so I'm looking forward to starting P1 on the second race.
Congratulations. We look forward to race 2.
Thank you very much.
Bob making a cocktail.
And just like that, it's time for race 2. Let's watch for those lights, and we are off racing. That's it, lights out, away we go. David Jeremy losing out into turn 1, slotting into second position, while Andre Human is challenging in third at the moment. Ooh, trying to go around the outside of turn 2. Mackie Adlam defending hard. You can see as on a replay on board with Barry Dunford, you can see Gijs rolling slightly forward there. I wonder if the stewards are going to pick that one up, but a clean start from all these Class L drivers as well further down the field. We've got Jean de Toy now going wheel to wheel with Davide Favre going up the inside of turn 2. That can work on lap 1, specifically if you can get a tow from the guys ahead. Andre Duplessis hounding the back of Wesley Maxwell there, while Davide and Jean go wheel to wheel through turn 3. On board now with Mackie Adlam, and he's got Joseph Kotzer and Clive Wilmot for company. Goes up the inside of turn 3 on Joseph. Looks to try and do the same into turn 4. We've got now up at the sharp end of Class B, we have Andre Human trying to make a move on David Jeremy. David locking up though into turn 5. Rudy Barnard leading us away though at the start of race 2. On board now with Andy Fulton, who is once again battle resumed with Sean Hepburn. Where is Nick Hodgson though? We're expecting... Oh, there he is. Wesley Maxwell is all over the back of him. That's why these two are having a great dice. Looks like Wesley's going to make that move stick. On board now with Nick, who sweeps around the outside, finds some more grip using that outside line, and has made that third place stick. On board now with Barry Dunford, who's got Gijs up ahead, trying to challenge Jean de Toy. Jean having absolutely none of it, taking it the narrowest line possible. Barry says, thank you very much, I'll have some of that action. Tries to sweep around the outside of Gijs. Not quite happening this time, but will probably get a good exit off turn 6 there. On board with David Jeremy, as we can see Andre Human there, trying to still make a move, but nothing doing right now. David has his sights absolutely set on Rudy Barnard going through turn 1 to pick up that slipstream. Back on board with Tennis Burtis now. You can see Fridge Findlay ahead and Paul ahead of him. Jumping to Jean de Toy now with Davide Favo and Andre Duplessis. These guys are having a three-way battle, a fantastic battle here in Class L. Jean using that slipstream, tries to go inside. No, Davide is trying to go inside of Andre. Makes that move stick for the moment. Oh, pushing Andre very wide, trying to make sure that position sticks. Davide fighting super hard. The outside of turn 6 is always super slippery. Andre seems to make it work though, despite the car getting very squirrely on him. Going up the inside of turn 8 now. Jean de Toy having a look. Absolutely not letting these guys have all the fun to themselves. Jean getting involved on board now with Barry Dunford, battling away hard with Tim and Gijs. This is a carbon copy of race 1 almost to the T, and these guys have absolutely let battle recommence. Jean now, speaking of battles recommencing, Jean now on the back of Andre Duplessis, going around the outside, squeezing him on the inside. Wow, we have Barry, Tim and Gijs going 3 abreast through turn 2. I don't think I've ever seen that. That is fantastic racing from all 3 of these guys. Barry now slipping back into the slipstream of Tim, and then pulling across to Gijs, lining himself up for turn 5. We'll have to see how that turns out. We have Fridge Findlay now challenging Joseph Kotzer. Fridge going up the inside of turn 6. Will he make this stick? A bold move, but it seems to have paid off for him. David Jeremy now, top end of Class B, all over the back of Rudy Barnard. Will he be able to make a move into turn 1? This is a ballsy move. Oh, he just backs out of it slightly, makes sure that Rudy has the space. You got to give the space, and Rudy is now on the inside of turn 2. This should line David Jeremy up nicely, although the two behind him, Mackie Adlam and Andre Human, having their own absolutely amazing battle while for that last podium position or provisional podium position. Of course, we haven't seen Andre Human racing for a while, and it's fantastic to have him back with us in Lotus Challenge. And Andre is showing that he's absolutely lost none of his skill, managing to keep Mackie Adlam at bay for the moment. Lots still to go in this race, and lots more action to bring you from the last round of Lotus Challenge, round 9 at Zwartkops for the year, for the championship. Mackie Adlam going round the outside of turn 8. That is brave. That is a brave move. Manages to get it done. On board now with Andre Duplessis once more. And it looks like Jean de Toy has found a way to get side by side with Davide Favo, finding some grip through turn 6. I'm incredibly surprised these guys are finding grip around the outside of turn 6. Usually that is not the case at all. Barry Dunford going up the inside now of Tim on turn 2, trying to unsettle Tim, make that narrower line work, cut in for the slipstream, and then make a move later on. Nick Hodgson now currently in 3rd position, looking to make a move on Andy Fulton into turn 5. You can see the sun is getting lower and lower. This is very much the end of the day, but it is absolutely scorching here at Zwartkops. The hottest race we have had this year by far, and Nick slotting into 2nd position for the moment. Andy slotting in behind, letting Nick have a go at Sean, it seems, and he'll just sit there and wait for the fireworks to go off and capitalize on any mistakes. You can be absolutely sure Andy is a taskmaster of pouncing on people's mistakes and making it pay off for him. Jean de Toy now side by side with Davide Favo through turn 5. Wow, these guys getting so close here. And once again, using that outside line, being forced into that outside line is Jean through turn 6. Has he made it stick though? Looks like he might have made it stick, because he's going to have the inside line for turn 8, which while isn't the fastest, is certainly a good way to make a move stick. Barry Dunford now getting sideways, getting very sideways, riding up on that curb, and unfortunately that has spun Barry around. Up ahead though, the sharp end of Class B, and David Jeremy is still all over the back of Rudy Barnard, trying to unsettle Rudy, forcing him into that narrow line through turn 2. Does seem to be working for Rudy. Nick Hodgson now all over the back of Sean Hepburn, and trying to make a move. Is that through turn 4? Looks to be turn 4. Going side by side through turn 4. And on the exit, running all over the rumble strips. Jeez, these guys are so close. You could reach out and touch each other. Andy Fulton, though, I said he was going to pounce. I said he was going to pounce on any kind of mistake, any kind of battle, and it looks like he's just backed out of that one. Didn't want to go 3 wide there, but he is biding his time for sure, and he's going to capitalize. Is he going to capitalize here? Oh, Nick just having to fend off Andy. That might have allowed Sean to scamper away. On board with Mackie Adlam now, going... Oh, is he going to be going side by side through turn 6 with David Jeremy? Just backs out of it. David and Rudy thought they had these top two positions all to themselves, but Mackie is saying absolutely not, gents. You cannot forget about me. Going through turn 8 now, and Mackie's going to get a great exit while David and Rudy battle. It looks like they're going to go side by side through turn 1. Andy Fulton now slotting in behind Nick Hodgson as they go through turn 1 once more in the slipstream, and looking to make any kind of inroads that it possibly can. Looks like we have Tinus Bortus up ahead as well. Sean Hepburn will be getting a slipstream from that. Jean de Toy now trying the inside line at turn 5, forcing Davide to go around the outside of turn 6, but Davide sweeps in front and makes that move stick. Absolutely no problem. Great defending there from Davide, making his car as wide as he possibly can, fighting so hard for every position, every point. It all absolutely counts, and there's 100% pride at stake here. Back with Andy Fulton, and through turn 4 he has got a fantastic run on Nick Hodgson, who's just out on the slipstream of Sean Hepburn. So Andy is going to go up the inside of turn 5 and make that move count. Oh, very sideways, very, very slippery on that narrow line. Nick is going to try and go around the outside though. Nick slots in, decides not to use that outside line, slots in behind Andy, and will of course pick up a slipstream himself going on to the next lap. But it does look like Sean Hepburn has broken away. Grant Fridge Findlay is going through on Clive Wilmot into turn 1. Fantastic to see moves happening into turn 1. Always an incredible thing to do. Oh, but it looks like Clive has a problem. Does he have a problem? Tennis Burtis now attacking Clive through turn 4. Tennis having a fantastic day. Really great racing from Tennis, coming strong at the end of the season. Wonderful to see from car B51. Jean de Toy and Davide Favo, though, are absolutely not done with this race by any stretch of the imagination. And Jean sweeping round the outside and going through a normal line in turn 4, but immediately switching back to a narrow line. Look how narrow Jean is going, not letting Davide have any chance of going up the inside. Jean is trying desperately to make that position turn out in his favor once and for all. David Jeremy now looking once again to attack. David Jeremy now looking once again to attack Rudy Barnard into turn 2, using a bit more of an outside line this time. Rudy gets such a good drive out of turn 2 though. There's very little David seems to be able to do to affect an overtake into turn 2. Nick Hodgson now on board, using that slipstream, going up the inside of Andy Fulton. Looks like he may have made that position stick. Will Andy slot into the slipstream? Looks like he's just going to try go around the outside, up the hill we go. Nick taking a very middle line, it looks like, forcing Andy to be as wide as possible, and Nick keeps that position. Provisional P2 at the moment. Andre Duplessis now in the mix with Davide and Jean. Going, are they going to go 3 wide? No, thinks better of it, just trying to unsettle his competition, who are having a titanic battle here. Jean running super wide and almost getting onto the gravel. Through turn 6 we go, and once more these guys just cannot decide who is going to be finishing in what position in this little group that we have in the midfield of Class L. John trying up the inside now of Davide Favo into turn 1. Will it happen? Doesn't look like it quite will. Oh, Davide getting very squirrely. These drivers absolutely struggling with tires now. Such a hot day. And oh my goodness, David Jeremy almost hitting the back of Rudy Barnard. But going up the inside of turn 1 now. Will he have this move finally made? Will it be done? Having to take the wide line. David Jeremy looking to make the move stick. He's got it wrong out of turn 2 once again. Rudy Barnard, a fantastic exit out of turn 2 and flies up the inside of turn 3. David Jeremy slotting in for P2 once more. Jean de Toy on the back of Davide Favo. Davide has never defended so hard for so long in his entire life. Through turn 8 we go. Jean getting his nose round the outside of Davide. Speaking of, David Jeremy trying the same thing, but Mackie Adlam says, how's it, Oaks? I am here to battle as well. I will take anything that you can give me, and I'm absolutely not going to let you have this all your own way. 3 wide through turn 1? Not quite, but almost 2 wide through turn 1. Jean and Davide still basically driving this entire track side by side, it looks. Jean pushing Davide quite wide out of turn 2. Once again, David Jeremy trying the inside line through turn 1, making that position count. And he's now Rudy Barnard's got Mackie Adlam all over the back of him. Maybe this is what David Jeremy needs to break away, have these two teammates battle it out. The Adlam crew, the Auto Adlam crew, all over each other. It has seemed to compromise Rudy Barnard slightly out of turn 2, and finally David Jeremy is ahead, but that slipstream is absolutely coming into play as we go through turn 3 and looking into turn 4. Will Rudy be lining David up for an overtake maneuver through turn 5? We see so many maneuvers happen there. David immediately going for a narrow inside line. What will Rudy do? Absolutely tries to go around the outside, but it looks like David has him covered for the moment. Rudy getting a better exit though. He's going to go around that outside line through turn 6. Will it happen? No, won't quite happen. Look how close the top of Class B is. That's absolutely incredible. On board with Mackie Adlam now, up the inside, diving up the inside of Rudy Barnard into turn 8. Wow, what a move from Mackie. What a move to take that provisional second position, running onto the grass, really taking that car to the absolute ragged edge. David Jeremy, though, loving this because it's allowing him to break away slightly. Rudy's gone now from first down to third, and he's got Andre Human all over the back of him. He will be back, though. You can be sure of that. Rudy will not let this go. Mackie getting slightly sideways out of turn 2 and losing a little bit of exit speed there. The slipstream though should start to come in, and if he can get a great turn 4, he is probably going to be all over the back of David Jeremy by the time we get to the top of the hill here. I tell you what though, it looks like Rudy Barnard is the man on the charge though, and Mackie Adlam having to go defensive. Mackie running very wide and all over these curbs, really attacking the curbs is Mackie, using all the track and some more as well at times, with dust getting kicked up. But it looks like David Jeremy at the moment. Oh, Mackie going very deep into turn 8. B8 deep into turn 8, and across the line they go for once more another round. David Jeremy now getting it wrong through turn 2, and it looks like Mackie will get a nice run on him, although that narrow line does seem to compromise. Wow, Rudy Barnard once again. Rudy absolutely demon out of turn 2. And you see him flying around the outside of turn 3. Oh, no, it looks like there's a problem. That's what it is. It looks like there's a problem. Is that a broken gearbox? I think that could be a broken gearbox from Mackie Adlam, and that's why Rudy just absolutely flew round the outside. And unfortunately, that is Mackie double DNFing for this race. A terrible end, unfortunately, for him for the season. But you can be darn sure that Mackie Adlam will be back at it for the 2025 season. This race is not done though, and David Jeremy is still trying to defend from Rudy Barnard. Going through turn 8, how are we doing? It looks like the checkered flag is out. That's it. Race over. A fantastic race for Class B. Class L still not done though. We have not yet decided who is going to be crossing the finish line between Jean, Davide and Andre. It does look like Jean has just got the better of Davide, locking up into the last corner and cruising across the finish line. That's our way to end 2024 in style. Fantastic racing there from all involved. Right, so for Class B, we have David Jeremy just managing to pip Rudy Barnard home for first, followed by Andre Human and JP Nokia, Fridge Findlay in 5th, and Joseph Kotzer in 6th position. While in Class L, we had Sean Hepburn coming home for the win, followed by Nick Hodgson and Andy Fulton, Wesley Maxwell in 4th, and then we had that Jean de Toy, Davide Favo and Andre Duplessis battle.
Adlam Auto. Race car preparation and maintenance excellence. Need to go fast? Adlam Auto has the inside scoop.
And at the end of race 2, let's check in with the drivers.
Nick Hodgson, another win, another P1. Tell us about it.
Very, very, very happy about that, Fridge. The race just went really quite well for me. Got a good start, and luckily I was able to get a tow from the Class C car and some of the Class Bs as well. So I was able to fend off the likes of Andy and Sean early on, and then I was able to make some headway, make some inroads, build a bit of a gap. And then ended up a little bit in no man's land actually when Andy and Sean started to dice. Ended up taking the win. I think I'm third on the grid for race 2, so we'll see how that goes. Definitely going to have a great dice then.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
And with that, it's time to take a look at the final standings for Class B. We have David Jeremy, our champion for 2024. Massive congratulations to him. Mackie Adlam and Rudy Barnard making up the podium for Class B. And then in Class L, we have Nick Hodgson coming our way from Andy Fulton and Andre Duplessis. A massive congratulations to all drivers involved and everybody who took part in the 2024 Lotus Challenge season. It has been absolutely fantastic, amazing year, full of ups and downs, a lot of hard racing, and it went right to the line. So please join us again for 2025, and we will be back racing come the new year.
TLR, the Lotus Register, a home for all things inspired by Lotus.